This work introduces margin-based outcome evaluation. Goal setting has been widely used in diverse behavior change systems. Most systems, however, use strict binary goal evaluation. For instance, if a user sets a 10,000 step goal, any step count below that goal is considered a failure. If it's 7,000 steps, it's a clear failure. However, what if it's about 9,500 steps? It may be too harsh to say that it's a clear failure because it looks good enough to me. The key issue here is that a user's good enough effort will not be recognized, and this may demotivate the user. Key question is, how can we reasonably recognize good enough behaviors without lowering their expectation of goals? Our work is inspired by statistical process control that is widely used in quality product manufacturing. The key idea is to set the quality threshold as well as permissible quality variation or margin. A product can achieve quality standard as long as the quality deviation is within the margin. We borrow this concept of margin to provide flexibility in goal evaluation and behavior change systems. Goal evaluation remains the same as before. However, we recognize good enough behaviors that are within the margin by introducing the concept of mission. Therefore, there are two levels of evaluation: mission achievement when a user exceeds the lower margin line, and goal achievement when a user exceeds the goal line. To evaluate the effectiveness of margin, we conducted two experiments. In the first experiment, we show the participants a hypothetical 14-day step counts result, with the supposition that these were their own step records. These step records were personalized based on users' current step counts. We then asked users to rate their level of achievement for each record with and without margin. We also asked users whether margin changes their goal perception to investigate whether margin lowers their goal expectations. From our results, we picked 5 days where daily records were close to the margin. Our participants felt higher levels of achievements when their records fall within the margin. In addition, 58% of the participants said that their goal perception didn't change, which is very promising. We then examined the influence of margin in a real-life setting through a field experiment using FlexCoach that we developed. Offering a margin made FlexCoach seems more like a human coach who tracks users' step counts and informs weekly progress to promote physical activities. We conducted a between-group field experiment for 10 days. We then tracked users' activity levels and also interviewed them to understand user experiences of margin-based goal evaluation. We differentiated mission achievement and goal achievement by using different messages and different badges, such as an additional star on top when a goal is achieved. Many participants said that the main benefits of margin are reduced stress, recognition of their effort, and lowering the entry point after a relapse. Offering a margin is like a human coach who makes a flexible evaluation considering the participant's capability or situation. This human likeness was one of the main reasons for stress reduction. This rate has increased to about 95% when the margin is randomly assigned. About 80% of the participants didn't change their goal expectation even with margin. Participants prefer to target the goals instead of the good enough zone because of their satisfaction when they attain the goal. Despite these benefits, margins had a limited influence on increasing physical activity, and we didn't find a significant difference between the conditions despite positive tendency. Our work highlights that HCI research should examine not only how to set an appropriate goal for the user, but also how to evaluate the user's goal achievement in a positive and motivating manner. In the paper, we also discuss several design implications such as margin selection and adaptation and process-centered coaching with margin. Thank you for listening.